Hello all, welcome. It's time for a pod quiz. See, I had my own clapping.
I love
Production value.
It's a long clap.
This is just kind of the pilot episode, but the general premise is that each episode, one of us four, or maybe eventually a guest, who knows, will come up with a random topic to test our co-host knowledge on in a game show-like fashion. So not only are we here to have a good time, just shoot the shit with friends, but also for competition and the thrill of questions. I have come up with the topic this week. But before I reveal it, let me introduce our talented cast/crew/contestants. Firstly is the quiz king himself, Connor Kingston. The
Quiz
trivia
king. Oh,
monster, Dan Lapointe. And last but not least, he's red-haired and test-prepared. It's Andrew Fobert.
Don't get a clap though. You don't get a clap.
I only did one clap on the whole thing. It ended.
Yeah,
It's a long clap. You know what? Okay, we'll sit here.
That's what I'm talking about.
So before I reveal the topic I chose, I'm going to explain my version of the game to you, although the rules can change week to week as the hosts see fit. This week, I'm going to be giving you guys a multiple choice quiz after some time to deliberate. Once I read the question, all three of you will have to lock in an answer, but you do not have to agree, so you guys are competing against each other.
Okay, good.
Then if you're right, you will hear this noise and get a point. If you're wrong, you'll hear this noise and you won't get a point. Do you guys all understand the rules then?
Yes.
Yep, mostly.
Oh yeah.
So without any further ado, let's have a pod quiz. Now I thought, wouldn't it be fitting that our first episode of our podcast trivia show be about something that you guys know far too little about, and that is podcasts.
Oh no.
Yeah, you guys probably won't know the answers to any of these, but that's okay, the way the questions are made. So let's go to question 1. Which of these is a real podcast title? A, The Lion, the Witch, and the Woozles. B, No Such Thing as Fish. C, We Just Drink Cocktails. Or D, The Wet Bandits.
Which one isn't a podcast?
No, yeah, which one is real? So I'll read them again. So it's
Oh no.
A,
Oh no.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Woozles. B, No Such Thing as Fish. C, We Just Drink Cocktails. Or D, The Wet Bandits. Connor, what are you thinking over there?
B.
You're thinking B? Okay.
Yeah.
I think there's no fish.
No such thing
That's
as
B,
fish?
right?
There's
Yeah.
no such thing as fish. I feel like that's some sort of like birds aren't real kind of coded podcast. So I feel like that's probably the real one.
See, I want to agree with that, but to be contrarian, I'm going to go Wet Bandits.
Wet Bandits also seems like it would be one.
Because I feel like it is not fish, but the bandits are... We'll see.
Connor and Dan? It is
Yeah.
no such thing as fish.
Can I guess what it's about?
By the way, I watched this or listened to this podcast, so I actually knew it right off
Oh,
the
you
bat.
do?
Well,
I know this one.
Connor can probably explain to you what it's about better than I can.
Let me guess for. Can I guess for an extra
Go right
point?
ahead.
Sure. Connor's the
think
one who has to confirm it, though.
It is 150% a podcast about two people that follow around the band Fish as they tour, and it's about their experiences driving around
named
following
Fish.
Fish. Yeah, it's a ska band.
I would like to put in my point. It's called There's No Such Thing as Fish, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a horror podcast where there's no such thing as fish in the world, and
In a
that-
world without
in a
sushi.
world without sushi. It's like a Welcome to Night Vale kind of thing where they're like, there's no fish. That's it.
All right, tell me I'm right.
So unfortunately, you are both incorrect. It is a
Bullshit.
podcast. So where they got the title from, I think it's in some dictionary where it literally says there is no such thing as a fish. And so the show is about facts. So they literally just get together every week and they have 4 facts that they talk about, and then they add other facts as they discuss this one main fact.
Question 2. The podcast The Dream is a podcast about what topic? A, critiquing and examining the American dream. B, lucid dreaming. C, a case study / interview show about people who are successful in their craft. Or D, pyramid schemes and MLMs. So that's A, critiquing and examining the American dream. B, lucid dreaming. C, a case study / interview show about people who are successful in their craft. Or D, pyramid schemes and MLMs. And the podcast
Damn, I
is
feel
called
like-
The Dream.
I feel like all of them are. Oh man, I feel like that would be.
Are we whatever's not it? We just stop this show and make that. Our next show.
I would wager to say it's a literal. I think it's about lucid dreaming. I think it's a literal title.
Okay,
Yeah, The
so
Dream.
I
That
can't
makes
answer
Dan's
the
going
same as you,
B.
but I want to, and I got burned for not doing it last time, so I'm gonna go B as well.
Yeah, because I'm winning right now.
And well, you and Connor are tied.
Well, who's
Alright.
really keeping
Well,
track?
we'll
honestly.
spice it up.
Yeah.
You just said you were winning, so you were kind of keeping
I
track.
want
or
to keep
thinking
track
you
when I
were.
win. If I'm
Yeah.
losing, I don't want to keep track. Then I'm losing.
I don't really know. I think these are all good answers except for D. So I'm gonna just chop that one off, and I'm gonna go because I can with C because it's the beginning of my name, and I don't know. I'm being a little selfish, so that one.
Not a way of fucking guessing in a multiple.
You guys.
choice.
Wait, so what was
How
your
I think
final
that's-
Why do
again?
you think I always went A?
C?
C.
Okay.
We can all do that.
Oh, no. You were all wrong. It was D. Pyramid schemes and MLMs.
know!
Yeah.
Oh, my
The
gosh.
pyramid schemes?
Yeah, and MLMs.
Okay, all right. Like multi-level marketing.
I'm surprised. All right.
When I have a product and I get two other people to start selling that product, and they get two other people, and they get two.
Oh,
other
it's that episode of.
And then eventually I do nothing.
people. Yeah, and then yeah.
Question
Fine.
3. This host created his podcast after losing an acting position. He lost this position because Tom Hanks said he didn't like a particular feature of this man's body. Is the body feature / titular name of his podcast A, dead eyes, B, wide mouth, C, no chin, or D, slouchy posture?
Tom Hanks wouldn't say any of those things.
No,
Tom
I
Hanks
know
did.
about this story. I'm pretty sure it's A.
No, there's no way Tom Hanks would. The answer is E. None of the above. Tom Hanks is wholesome.
That.
He played Woody. How could he be bad?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say Tom Hanks probably really cares about posture. I mean, like, you could say what you want, but look at Chet Hanks. Dude's got amazing posture.
I don't think I know Jed Hanks. Is that the one
You
that
don't
just
know-
looks
you don't know-
exactly like Tom Hanks?
No, you don't know Chet Hanks. You gotta look up Chet Hanks, man. What an absolute maniac. I'm saying bad posture.
Andrew.
Yeah,
and
that guy
Connor?
is a maniac.
I'm gonna go with I think no chin. Just 'cause, like, It's kind of weird, but at the same time, it could be something that someone looks really deep into and like could be like, oh man, this guy's got no chin. It's
Mhm,
so
you know what I mean?
weird. It could be
He
a
got a
show.
long chin, but
Yeah, butt chin.
Okay.
yeah, he's like no
see?
chin, just jaw.
No chin. Andrew, what do you think?
I said A. I said A.
Okay.
immediately.
Andrew is right. The
Bullshit.
answer is
I
dead
knew about
eyes.
the story. Who was the actor?
Dead eyes.
I can't remember the name of the host. I should have had it up
Oh.
here, but
But I remember there was an actor who he was like, you would have dead eyes. I don't like that about you. And he was like,
yeah.
Like a fish?
you know, when you wake up in the morning, you're like, and you have the civilization dead eyes, or like you've been playing video games too long, dead eyes. But
No, like serial killer eyes, like
yeah,
like what I've
Yeah,
seen you
that's too
done
much
like a
coffee,
handful of
dead
times,
eyes.
or like an eyes looking to the left a little too far.
not freshly decaying corpse dead eyes, but like
But dead eye
you know,
nonetheless.
3 to 4 months decayed.
Okay.
Hmm.
I
That
don't
makes
know
sense.
what you mean. Question
rather-
4. Would you believe there's a popular trivia podcast for all of your hat-based and not hat-based trivia wants and
Good.
needs? Well, there is. Is the title of this podcast A, Hats All We Know, B, Matt, and Hats, C, Hatter Up, or D, Trivia Cap?
Those are all really good. I'm really unhappy that again anything that we're just giving ourselves free content here. I don't know what it
The
is,
next
but
one.
whatever you tell me is correct. I'm gonna listen to it afterwards.
gonna-
That sounds amazing.
I'm gonna go with D.
Trivia Cap.
Trivia cap. I'm going with trivia cap.
I'll read them all again. So it's A, Hats All We Know, B, Matt, and Hats, C, Hatter Up, and D, Trivia Cap. Andrew, what do you think?
I like C. I like C. Yep.
Like C, it's a strong letter.
I'm actually gonna go with C as well. I like Hatter Up. That's like such a catchy like title.
It's a good title,
it
but
really
I feel like
flows.
it's about baseball.
Oh, true.
Oh
The
my
correct
god!
answer was A. That's all we know.
That's all we know.
It's the answer's in the name. They didn't say to talk about anything else.
I like how
That's
it's
all we know.
hat-based and not hat-based trivia.
Isn't that all trivia?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
There's no.
Yeah.
What's the
There
middle
is
ground
that.
between
There's
hats
that like
and no
small
hats?
metaphysical space between wearing a hat and not wearing a hat. You know, and the things that occupy that area are,
Like wearing headphones.
yeah, that's technically a hat in a way.
I'm adding that to my list right now. I'm excited to become a
This is-
haberdasher and learn of the many hatted things.
Question 5. Which of these is a real podcast? A. Dukeology, a dietary/health podcast discussing how to have a healthy colon and stay regular. B. A Fart Apart, two friends who live on opposite sides of the globe discuss gas and read listeners' funniest and most dramatic fart stories. C. Get Flushed, a podcast for discussing all things plumbing, pooping, and wiping. Or D. Pissed Off, two men in their early 40s discuss what makes them angry. Occasionally piss is mentioned, but it's not a running theme. So your answers again are Dukeology, A Fart Apart, Get Flushed, or Pissed Off.
I'm saying a fart apart because I think that's the best one. I want to listen to that.
I want to listen to a plumbing podcast, so I'm going C again.
I'm doing a Fart Apart as well. I think
Okay.
it's pretty good. It's spicy. I hope not spicy like for them, but like in
Yeah,
general.
that's a different podcast.
Dan
Yeah.
and Connor, you are wrong. Andrew, right.
Oh shit!
Yes, Get
Yeah.
Flushed.
What?
There is
Oh,
a plumbing
shit.
podcast.
Yeah, it is
No,
plumbing.
No,
Isn't
it's
there-
actual shit because it's a plumbing podcast.
Isn't there an animated mouse movie called Get Flushed?
Flush
Yes.
away.
There
Yeah, I
is, there
flushed
is.
away
Yeah,
a British
flushed away
rat,
all the time.
and then there's
My
ninja,
partner-
there's ninja frogs and an evil toad.
Question 6. People love rewatching old series and reviewing them as content, but which of these 4 is a real television review podcast? A. West Watch, a review of the show West Wing. B. Sabrina the Teenage Watch, a review of the show Sabrina the Teenage Witch. C. Baywatch Watch, a review of the show Baywatch. Or D. Boy Meets Watch, a review of the show Boy Meets World.
So, just a question too, before we answer. So we have there's all the correct ones which you found, and then what did you do to get the other fake responses? Were you
I made
like,
them up.
oh, this is good. It's pretty good.
I was just like,
it's
oh
really
yeah.
good. It's nice. I want to make these ones that you've named.
Yeah,
What?
this is all free content.
Yeah.
Boy Meets Watch. I feel like Boy Meets World has like a podcasty kind of fan base.
I can see that. They would all be the right age.
Yeah.
Then again, these are all decently old.
Baywatch Watch is so you can see the conversation. They're sitting in the room. They're there, and they're like, we really want to talk about Baywatch a lot. And then the one guy's like, guys,
Watch. What if?
watch. I'm going with C.
It's like you could have just left it as Baywatch.
Maybe that would have
But-
confused people, like that they had made the
But
TV
they're-
show
Got
Oh,
sued.
into
a
a
podcast.
The TV show, but they're watching Baywatch. They're not Baywatchers. They're watching Watchers.
What if it's a show
You're
about
watching-
like
Or
talking about
Baywatchers.
bays and facts about bays?
Watching Baywatch, watching Baywatch watchers, watching Bay.
Bet.
I'm gonna say Sabrina the Teenage Witch watch because I actually like that show. So
You're right, Connor. It's Sabrina the
Oh,
Teenage Watch,
Bullshit.
man.
Connor's
Yeah,
cheating.
which I would argue is probably a worse name than West Watch,
Yeah, it's
Baywatch
Sabrina the
Watch.
Teenage
and-
Watch?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a little
it's not great.
it's not a good name.
Question 7. Now, I've been asking you to tell me which one of these shows is real, but for this question, you'll have to tell me which of these podcasts is fake. A. Defriend or Defoe, a podcast in which every episode the hosts watch and review a different Willem Dafoe movie. B. Mike Check, a podcast in which every episode the hosts review a different Mike Myers movie. C. Denzel Washington is the greatest actor of all time, period. The word period is spelled out. A podcast in which they review all of the Denzel Washington movies. Or D. Leonardo DiCaprio. Same thing, but with Leonardo DiCaprio. So, once again, the answers are Defriend or Defoe. B. Mike Check. C. Denzel Washington is the greatest actor of all time, period. And D. Leonardo DiCaprio. Which of these is fake?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, I
Yeah.
think that one's real.
You know what's weird? Only one of them has no actor mentioned in the name too, which is very interesting. But I feel like that one, like the Mic Check, is a real podcast because I feel like I've seen it before while scrolling through.
Well, it's Mike as in Mike Myers.
Oh, sorry, that's right. Oh,
Yeah.
Mhm.
dang.
M-I-K-E check.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Dan, go first. I don't want to guess first.
I guess
Oh,
I
my
said
bad.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Think so?
That
Oh,
one
gosh,
is
he's
not
gone.
it.
I think it's that one though. I think
No,
that
it
one-
can't be. It can't be. It's not a
I'm
real
gonna
one.
I'm gonna go Mic Check. Feel that one's fake.
I'm gonna go A.
Dan, you were correct.
Hey,
Leonardo
damn it.
DiCaprio
Knew it.
does not exist.
Fucking called my
I know,
shot.
again, like I said, I know what we're doing after tonight.
I pointed out across the stadium, home run. Bat is shaped like Leonardo DiCaprio.
What has he done?
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
not much.
Titanic,
shit all.
Inception, fucking
Minor,
glad- all you know is Inception?
Shutter
minor-
Island.
minor characters in all of them.
The
Funny.
podcast
Django?
fit in my line of understanding. I don't know anything about film actors whatsoever. I was like, is that the guy in Titanic? I think that is.
It is
Yeah.
the guy in Titanic.
Okay.
Been in a
Nothing-
lot of
He's in a lot of movies.
Django. He's in. So that was question 7. At this point, the points are 2 for Dan, 2 for Andrew, and 2 for Connor.
Oh, we
yeah.
actually all the way.
Yeah.
Oh my
So there's
Let's
3
go.
questions left. Question 8. Once again, which of these is a fake podcast?
Okay,
A.
all right.
Hey Riddle Riddle, a review/improv show where they use riddles as the prompts.
It's a
B.
lot,
Sip Sip Hooray, a review of new, interesting, and exotic drinks. C. Review, a review/improv show using reviews as the prompts. Or D. The Pen Addict, a discussion/review of all things stationary.
D's got to be real. Like that's a like
Yeah,
there's,
sure.
There's too many people that are
Yeah.
into stationary.
I'm going
that's
review.
D.
Review.
No, that one also seems like it'd be real.
They all seem like it'd be real. I'm just saying. Review,
Can you go through the
review.
list again?
Yeah. Okay, so A. Hey Riddle Riddle. B. Sip Sip Hooray. C. Review. Or D. The Pen Addict.
I'm gonna go A.
Okay.
I'm also gonna go A.
I'm review.
You are all wrong. The fake
No!
show is Sip Sip Hooray.
Damn it! That was such a good
None of you
name.
guys are even on the trail.
Like, that one, I was like, no, that one seems too obvious. There's a lot of people, like, people love
I thought
her.
that.
I would,
was like,
but is that
would
an
be a good
audio
podcast.
format? I think it's the thing. So
good
yeah,
start.
it like
The
tastes
stationary
good.
one, though.
But even so, it's weird that tasting genre even on YouTube is such a popular thing when it's not even something you can like relate to. You can't like be like, oh, I'm tasting
I
that.
don't know. Like I'm like I kind of watch the eating and the drinking YouTube channels, and I'm like,
Don't get me
oh.
wrong, me too. But it's just weird because it's like we can't experience that with them.
No,
Have you
you
tried
go
to find
ahead.
a recipe online? Like, there's so many advertisements and so much like, just tell me how to make the thing.
Yeah.
So when I get a
Well,
picture of
don't
that,
use
I'm like,
YouTube.
No, you use YouTube. Have you tried to find a recipe like through Google? It's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, but the problem with that is that I followed a recipe once using a Zoom call video, and it was so awful. It was like an hour and 30 minutes, and like I'd say 30 minutes in, I'd learned nothing, and then the other 30 minutes were me panicking, getting everything prepped because they already had it prepped, and they said, "All right, do it." And the last 30 minutes were me scrambling to catch up, and I couldn't hit pause because I was doing everything in time, and like you can't touch your phone if like it's got raw eggs or meat on it. It was not okay.
This all
Yeah,
seems
well,
like
or like
user
go to their-
error. That's all user error.
Yeah.
Okay. Question 9. Which of these celebrities does not have a podcast? Oh, this one might be hard. You guys might need to search up pictures if you don't know who I'm talking about. So A. Anna Faris. Might know
Yeah.
from the House Bunny scary movie. If you need to look up a picture reference, please.
Dude,
do
she was
so.
married to Mario for a bit.
B. O.J. Simpson. From The Naked Gun and things.
Yeah.
He was on the news a lot.
He was a football player. I think.
Yeah. There's some other thing I'm forgetting. But,
Yeah, it's
C. Jessica Simpson, or Jessica Simpson, Dukes of Hazzard. She's in an Eminem song. Or D. Topher Grace from that '70s show. He was Eddie Brock in Spider-Man 3. So I'll go through that list again. A. Anna Faris. B. O.J. Simpson. C. Jessica Simpson. Or D. Topher Grace.
Topher Grace was also in the Predator movie.
He was.
He was in Predators.
He wasn't
So-
great.
Joel,
That movie wasn't
Is-
very good.
No,
Joel,
I
is
said
O.J.
he
Simpson's
wasn't great.
podcast called Gloves Off? I'm just curious. I need to know what the title of it is. before
I
get in.
can't say. I'll tell you all of the podcast names after.
You know, I'm gonna go with Jessica Simpson.
Okay.
It's to me, it's Topher Grace or Jessica Simpson. Those are the two.
Andrew, what are you thinking?
I'm also gonna go on that, mostly because I have no idea who it is, and I'm latching on to Dan's knowledge of celebrities.
Good. It's
I'm
a
just
good
wild
play.
guessing.
And then, sorry, you said Connor.
D, which is the gentleman from
Topher
Spider-Man,
Grace.
correct?
I want to say.
Yeah,
I'm gonna. Hold on. Hold on.
Anna Faris,
man.
O.J. Simpson, Jessica Simpson, Topher Grace.
I want it. No, I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna stick to Jessica Simpson.
That was a good decision.
Yes!
Andrew and Dan
Boom,
get a
shit.
point.
I knew Anna Faris and O.J. Simpson had a podcast.
Yeah, so Anna Faris's podcast is called Unqualified. She like interviews people, celebrities. O.J. Simpson's is called Confronting. I have no idea what it's about. I've never
It's about
listened
O.J.
to it.
Simpson.
Topher Grace is called Minor Adventures, and I remember when I saw it, the like art for it looked very playful and nice. So I was like, I bet you that's a fun podcast. Yeah. So this is the final
Jessica
question.
Simpson. That's a deep dive to like think about.
I pulled Jessica Simpson because of O.J. Simpson. I was like, oh,
Oh.
they both have the same last name. That'll.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fuck. Thanks. I was gonna say that seems like a celebrity that would have a podcast because she was
I
like
think
only
she
in
like
it-
wrote a book
Sure.
recently or something.
Oh yeah, she just like she wasn't in a lot, you know.
Yeah, so it's like you'd think like, oh, where's she now? It's like, oh yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
She was doing a podcast.
She was really
or something.
popular for a bit.
So right now the score is 3 for Dan, 3 for Andrew, 2 for Connor. So at best, Connor at this point can tie you guys if you guys both miss this one.
I'm gonna
Um,
shoot Andrew and then I'll default win.
It's true.
Okay.
Just latch onto my knowledge.
Question 10. The podcast titled I'd Hit That is a podcast about what topic? A. Drumming. B. Boxing. C. This week's top hits. Or D. Baseball. I'll go through those
fuck.
one more time. A. Drumming. B. Boxing. C. This week's top hits. Ahem. Or D. Baseball. That wasn't me signaling there's something in my throat.
It was your tongue.
Cat's got it.
I'm going C.
This week's top hits, says Andrew.
Yeah,
What say
I think,
ye? You got any
Spot
reasoning
Winston-
behind that?
It doesn't feel like that's a music podcast title, which is exactly why you would use that, because if you're trying to get like the sports fans or something else, or like
Mm,
her sex joke. Oh God's my camera. I'm out of focus. There. It's like, oh, I'd hit that, and then you're like, oh, pleasant podcast about the recent week's hits. Wonderful. I love that.
Bullshit.
yeah, it's the same crowd.
Andrew doesn't know any musicians. It's absolutely a drumming podcast. They're weird as fuck.
Okay.
Drummers are weird as shit.
Can you go through them one more time?
A. Drumming. B. Boxing. C. This week's top hits. Or D. Baseball.
Let's just because I don't want to piggyback. Like, Dan would win either way if I piggyback and he was correct. Let's just keep it. Let's spread it out. I'm gonna go boxing because I feel like that's also kind of just like I'd hit that. It's
It's gotta be, dude. Fucking drummers are weird as shit.
drummers are weird, but
Oh.
boxing can also be kind of different. Let's say.
Okay. Connor, you are wrong.
Ah.
Andrew, you are also wrong. Dan,
Yeah.
you're right.
Hey!
It's
I
a drumming
knew it.
podcast, and it has, I'm pretty sure, Travis Barker on it from Blink 182.
Blink?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Well, it looks like our final scores here today are Connor at the back with 2, Andrew with 3, and Dan coming in with 4, which makes him the host of the next pod quiz where he will have to put together a game show. So congratulations. I hope you guys have fun. For your special prize,
He's gone. Oh,
I'll now play you your victory song.
The victory song.
Victory song.
Dan is the big chiz, and he won the big quiz. There it is.
there it
That's
is.
good. I like it.
Wow, holy shit. That's gonna be my new
That
alarm.
lot in there.
That's my new ringtone.
That's gonna be my new ringtone for the next week. If I get to be the host, I'll warn you all. Brush up on your fantastical areas.
It's gonna be about
Make
Drizzt.
sure that your knowledge of the Fae and wondrous is top notch.
It'll be a
Or it'll be a
podcast
very
about music.
fun,
It's gonna be
very
Drizzt.
whimsical, very fantasy.
Woo!
Podcast about
I feel like you'll throw us a curveball though, because then we'll do this and you'll be like,
Yeah.
it's about lawyers.
Accounting.
lie?
Would I lie? Always.
Lonely.
Like a little bit.
No, I don't lie. I'm a good boy.
So I don't know where this episode is gonna live, if it's gonna get uploaded or whatever, but I guess I'll say the whole like, comment, subscribe thing at the end, just because.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel a lot, and we'll see you next time.
Don't forget to donate to the Patreon.
Please, we're
Bye.
poor.
Slap
Yeah.
you right in the cock with a Patreon subscription. Let's go.
Thanks for watching.